Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and share with you guys a book that I recently just finished reading, and this maybe you read it already, maybe your parents read it already. It came out in 1990, I believe, and it is The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav. And what's interesting about this book is I've had it in my bookshelf for over a year now, and I actually have 2 copies of it. And I am a huge book hoarder. I actually have a bookstore on Amazon too, if you guys want to check it out. The Hermit's Light on Amazon. But yeah, so I bought it, obviously, and I put it in my bookshelf, and I bought another copy, so I must have saw it, didn't read it, bought it, didn't read it, then went out and saw it again, read probably a couple pages, bought it, didn't think about that I just probably bought it, and now I see why. So this book, obviously, if you've read it before, you already know the effect. This was also one of Oprah's favorite books, and I usually don't go with, what is the most popular book of the popular celebrities and all that stuff. That's not really a reason for me to pick up anything. But I have to say, Oprah, he was not lying. This book, okay, so let me get serious. This book, being that it was on Oprah's favorite list, was not the reason why I got it, but I was watching an interview that she did with him, I think at UCLA, and I was like, oh my god, I have his book, and they were talking about this book, and I was like, I have that book. And then I went in my library, and then I seen the book, and I seen it twice, and I was like, oh shit, I got 2 of them. So I didn't read it then, and then I just one day, probably a couple months later, I was about to go do something that I had to wait around with, and I was like, let me grab a book. And so I grabbed this, and it blew my mind. And that probably is not what happened. I think I just picked up a book to start reading, and so I picked this up, and The Seat of the Soul, a remarkable treatment of thought, evolution, and reincarnation, by the Library Journal. This obviously was a New York Times bestseller. Gary Zukav really, let me read the back. The Seat of the Soul is about, I just wanted to make sure these weren't like what people said, and that they were actually what the book was putting out there. Okay, the Seat of the Soul is the birth of a new species and the explosion of human perception past the 5 senses. It's about the values of the soul, harmony, cooperation, sharing, and reverence for life. It is about authentic power, the enlightenment of the personality with the soul. It is about non-physical guides and teachers. The Seat of the Soul is written for the largest, fastest growing market the world has ever seen and ever will see. That is because the new species is being born inside of us. The Seat of the Soul is about this birth, what it means, and how to participate in it wisely. And the Seat of the Soul is understanding what your role in all of this game of life is. And I really highly recommend, especially if you're the person who does ask those big questions about your purpose, and just want to know where you're going in life and where you should follow and what lead you should follow, or if you should take the lead and just these questions. I think a lot of it can answer it for you. Obviously, you still need to use your own discernment, but take what resonates with you and leave that doesn't. But obviously, there is always something that we can take away from something, and I do highly recommend reading this book. So I can just go off of the chapters. So he has chapters, and then he breaks it down to subchapters. I guess that would be the thing. So there are about 4 chapters, but then they're broken down with 4 in each of them. So it's 4s and 4s. So there's the introduction, which has evolution, karma, reverence, and heart in a collection. Then there's creation, which is intuition, light, intention 1, intention 2. Responsibility is the next one, which has choice, addiction, relationships, soul. And then power is psychology, illusion, power, trust. So this is definitely something for somebody who is ready to ask themselves those kind of questions and be open to doing the work and doing what it takes to get yourself to where you want to go. And I think that's the main thing that everybody needs to realize, is that if you want to go anywhere in life, the only thing to do is to do it. Nike said it, just do it. Just do it. And it's not so much about the steps. No, it's not so much about the goal. It's like a GPS. You put in the address or where you want to go, the destination, one time, and then you don't see that thing until you get to the end. The rest of the information the GPS is giving you is the step by step. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know how the rest of it is. It's gonna get there. Just focus on your step by step on getting there. And that is partly of what the book has to say, but that's something that I had to say. And with the book backs that up, it's definitely, for sure, and just following your own intuition and your own soul and what you feel is right for you. And when that connects for you, trusting that and believing in yourself. And I think that's a message that everybody needs to hear. And I think it was very easy to read. It was a quick read if you wanted to read it quickly. I think I read it in about a week. I read a couple chapters a day, either before bed, before the morning, or if I was doing something. Like, it's definitely something to just like have on. I think it's always good to have like a self-help book like around you, because you never know when you need some positive affirmations or some motivation. So, and that can also lift your spirits, because we all know we're not always 100% wanting to be motivated or anything like that. But like, if you're in the dump and then you just like open it up and it's like, in what way therefore does non-physical guidance serve you? It is a partnership of challenging you to come to terms with the full width and breadth and depth of the authentic power and responsible choice. It is not that you give permission to be mindlessly manipulated. It is that you give permission to be shown the fullest of your power and guided to its use. So that fit that perfectly. So exactly, my point has been proven. So I think, yeah, I give this book definitely great recommendations. So pick it up and comment down below if you've already read it, if you're about to get it. And yeah, if you guys want to check out my bookstore, it is The Hermit's Light on Amazon. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. I am so happy to be connecting again with you guys, and if you like these book reviews, obviously I read a lot of books, so I can review some of them and let you guys know what you're really getting out of it before you go in. But again, trust your intuition. If your intuition is pulling you and what I said hit a couple of things that you might need addressed, pick up the book. All right. I'll see you later.